going on, nerds? This is Nick from Nerdlocker.com checking in with you about the recent Sean Levy film I just watched called This Is Where I Leave You. With the few trailers I saw, I wasn't expecting much out of it, just another dramedy with stupid plot and bad acting, but that was not the case with this film. It was actually enjoyable throughout the whole film and had a bunch of well-known actors in it, such as Jason Bateman, Tina Fey, Adam Driver, Connie Britton, Jane Fonda. The list goes on. But overall, it was a decent film, and I really enjoyed it. Basically, it's a story of the Altman family and Judd Altman, which is played by Jason Bateman from, you've seen him in Arrested Development, Horrible Bosses, or even Teen Wolf 2, one of my favorites. And he's going through a recent series of life events, such as catching his wife cheating on him with his boss, played by Dax Shepard, losing his job, and then his father passing away. So, all bad things come in threes is what happens with Judd's character. And he has to head back home to his hometown to basically bury his father with his siblings and mother and just be with his family in this time of death. So, three siblings are the older brothers, Paul, which is Corey Stoll from the new show that's straying on FX, which is a really good show if you haven't checked it out. Philip is Adam Driver, the younger brother, he's been in HBO's show Girls, and then he'll be in the new Star Wars Episode 7 film. And then the comedic, blunt, and beautiful sister, Tina Fey, which I love from 30 Rock and other shows. And then Jane Fonda has a new boob job, and she's their older mother. But her cleavage is out pretty much the whole movie, and a lot of jokes are said about those boobs. So as the family's brought back for these circumstances and the death of their father, basically the mom wants to bring all the kids together for 7 days under the same roof, and basically the house they grew up in. And it's a Jewish ritual that the father insisted on having after he passed away, Jewish ritual. But later find out it's actually not the real cause. They're all there. Kind of a twist at the end with the mother that you don't really expect to happen. But after being, in the same household for a week straight, they, butt heads and starting to get in arguments and fight over things that kids do, when you're growing up with older siblings. And there's a bunch of comedic events between Adam Driver and Paul, the older brother, and just couldn't help but laugh throughout the whole movie. It was a lot of funny parts, and overall it was just a really good comedy in that parts. But the one thing that the family keeps asking about was Jason Bateman's wife and where she was at, as she was kind of MIA, and he kept using the excuse of a pelvic injury, which is basically her cheating on him, but he didn't want to come to terms of her infidelities, and kind of made an excuse about that throughout the movie as well. So basically, Philip, Adam Driver, is the young brother that lives life on the edge. He has a Porsche. He's dating an older woman, his therapist, which is played by Connie Britton, and kind of brings her along with the fiasco the family's having after the funeral at their house. And then throughout the movie, Adam Driver's personality and his older brother just keep bumping heads, and they've had a lot of conflicts throughout the movie and a lot of fighting, but it was still pretty funny. Also, when Bateman's character, Judd, is in town, he goes to an old store and he runs into an old, I guess, high school flame you would call it, played by the Aussie babe, Rose Byrne. Her name in the movie is Penny Moore, and they hit it off, again, and he tells her about all the issues he's been having, and they go on a few dates and kind of hit it off again. So you don't know if they're gonna get back together or just remain friends after the week passes. So there was other issues with other siblings. Tina Fey is married. Her husband's a very detail-oriented businessman. He's always on his phone, always on his computer, always conducting business, even when it's time of grief and you're supposed to be there with your family. He's kind of in the background, just walking around with his phone and not paying attention to what's going on. But Tina Fey had a fling with her old neighbor named Hori, which is played by Tim Elephant. but he had a really serious car accident, so he had some brain injuries and kind of put a roadblock in their relationship. But she still has the eye on him, and they kind of hit it off in the duration of the funeral and whatnot. And then Paul, the older brother, him and his wife, that is played by Catherine Hahn, are having difficulties of their own, trying to start a family, have children, but they're having problems with that. So each character in the movie has their own issues, and they're all coming to terms with that, throughout the funeral and then the 7 days of staying together and just trying to work through their problems the best way they can with each other, and just like family, trying to be there for one another. So basically there's comedy in this movie, there's drama, but overall there's like a really heartfelt story at play here that any normal person like myself can relate to, normal day-to-day life and issues that arise with that. I think, if there's an overall message about this film, it's no matter what problems you face or the dysfunctional family that you have, you always find your way out of it and come out on top. So I guess the remaining questions that I had, will Judd stay with his wife, or will he try to make it work out with Rose Byrne's character, Penny Moore? But I can't answer that because you'll have to check out the movie and see what happens at the end. There's some good twists at the end, like I said, with the mother, Jane Fonda, and some twists with Jason Bateman's character and his wife. So overall, it was a pretty good movie. The only downfall I thought about it was Sean Levy's directing at times. That just kind of seemed the transitions weren't smooth in between scenes, and kind of scattered all over the place. But I think it was saved by the cast, really. The actors played well together. It felt like a real family. They had that good chemistry that we see, from time to time in good films. Jonathan Troper wrote the original book this is based off of, and people are always saying that books are better than movies. Well, yeah, 2,000-page book is going to be better than a 2-hour movie. If you wanted to make it, 2,000 pages worth, it's going to be 8 hours long. So, but he supposedly wrote the book. I haven't read it, but maybe check it out one day. Who knows? So overall, it was an enjoyable night at the movies. There was a good screening of a good dramedy, if you want to call it. So I suggest you take out your spouse or your loved ones and go check it out this weekend. And let me know what you think in the comments below. Have a good one. And also, I'm giving this a 3.5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls.
Hey, you right there, talking to just you. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and check out many of our other videos brought to you by Nerdlocker.com. Right here, just click any one of them. Your choice. You're in control.